Hi, I'm Gabrielle. I go by Gabby. Today I will be talking about the 2 questions that I chose, and I wrote it down on a note card just so I remembered what the questions were. So the first question is, who are 5 people you would invite to dinner and why? The first person I would invite to dinner would have to be Whitney Houston because she was a singer. She could sing. Actually, I always wanted to sing. I just never had the ability. Like, God never gave me the ability to sing, which is cool. You know, it was a lot of things that happened, but I used to get really mad actually because I joined choir and it just didn't work. So yes, I'd invite Whitney Houston. Don't mind any of the background noise that's going on right now. The second person I would invite is Michael Jackson. He could dance, and I would just want to really ask him, like, let him listen to music now and see how, like, what he would do different, which would probably be a lot because the music now really doesn't talk about anything. Another person I would invite is Abraham Lincoln because I really wanted to know why he wore a top hat. Really, that's all I care about is why did you feel it necessary to wear a top hat? Another person, how many people? Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Abraham Lincoln. Boom, 2 more people. Rosa Parks, she played a huge role in the civil rights, and I actually played her in my wax museum in 7th grade theater, and so I learned a lot about her through that. I would just want to know really what was going through her mind at that point. Did she have enough of, you're not about to treat me like I'm not human, or really what was it? And the last person, a lot of people probably say this, but it's Martin Luther King. It's Martin Luther King because I would really want to ask him, what really were you thinking when you would do different marches, and how did you come to impact people when you, like, were you suppressed too? Like, were you depressed? Like, I'm pretty sure he was, but I would just want to ask him because I come from a biracial background, and me being born in that time, how would it be? So you can always, like, look at people's stories and see, like, this is how I was treated back in the civil rights movement, but we don't really have a lot on biracial people. So I want to personally ask him, how did you deal with biracial people? How did they deal with you? I actually had to read a book in the 1st or 2nd grade, and it was about Martin Luther King, and they would read it to us every year. And it was always about how he had, like, white friends, and you know, like, the kids didn't see color, they see friends. And that's what I see a lot now is you see a lot of kids that have, like, they don't see color. Kids don't see color. It comes from their parents, and it comes from people that they grew up around, so it's different. But the parents ended up saying, you can't play with my kids because you're black. So I just wanted to know really how that made him feel, impacted him, and how he treated other people due to that, and what was the process through it. So that's my questions for my first one. And I just think it would be a great dinner, to be honest. So then my next question is, what are the problems in your neighborhood and how would you solve them? Well, Carrollton, just like any other area, has a lot of break-ins. So for me, I would start a nonprofit because I came from a background where I know people that stole, like, people have stolen in my family because we didn't have things. I actually live with my aunt and uncle. They actually raised me. I've been here since the 6th grade. I'm from Pennsylvania. I don't have, like, my siblings down here, but we still have a great relationship, and so do my parents and me. But I would start a nonprofit for it because I know what it's like not to have things. I know what it's like not to have Christmas, and I know what it's like to, you see things on the street and you're like, I want it. So, but I would start a nonprofit and just really say, like, and not, like, invest in people that love people, that will care for people, to give people what they need, whether it be soap, or if you have children, then you give them a Christmas, like, Operation Christmas Child is a huge thing, but I think if we had Operation Christmas Child locally, that would help with kids who don't have anything. And yeah, just things like that. Like, I think that would really solve the problem. But also I feel like they do need a consequence because they are stealing other people's property and items, but it wouldn't have to be jail necessarily. But just like young kids, we're young. We do things that, like, we really regret. Like, in my interview, like, in my application, I put what I really am regretting on, but it really brought down my character. So, like, I wouldn't want their character, because yes, your character is going to be brought down when you like to do things, but just to have people invest in them so I can help other people get what they need. So this video is almost at 5 minutes, and I didn't want to exceed my 5 minutes. So thank you for listening, and I hope you like how I answered my questions and if they were sufficient enough for you. Thank you.